Okay, in this video we're going to look at some shortcuts. I mentioned shortcuts earlier, and one of the important things to remember is that it's important to understand how to set up these equations so that when you need to do it, you can do so. However, because of the nature of EMS, we know that we're frequently needing to do these calculations quickly. So I'm going to show you some shortcuts that you can do. When you are if you look at your number line, I've added all of the units, 3 prefixes above the unit, 4 prefixes below. And what's important to know is to memorize how many units there are between these units. So for example, if you're converting from deci to milli, know that centi is in the middle. One of the keys with this is that if you're going in this direction on the timeline, and you will divide, and if you are going in this direction on the timeline, you're going to multiply. So let's do a few of these conversions here. If I wanted to convert 5.6 milligrams to micrograms, I could write my 5.6. And knowing which direction I'm going on the number line, I'm going to multiply, so my number, this 5.6, is actually going to be a larger number. Once you add the units of micrograms, it will actually end up being smaller, and I'll show you what I mean here in just a minute. Notice that there are a milli is 1,000th of the unit, and a micro is 1/1,000,000th of the unit. Remember that the whole point to the metric system is that it is based on tens. And so if you want to look at these zeros on the milli, there are 3 zeros. A milli is a 1,000th of a unit. And so if you look at the number of zeros in 1,000, there's 3 zeros. There's 6 zeros in 1,000,000. The difference of that is 3 zeros, which means that we're going to move our decimal point 3 places to the right. So if we look at this, there's 1, 2, 3. Our decimal point goes there. We add zeros into here, and we come out with 5,600 micrograms. So when we are multiplying or going to the left on the number line, we move our decimal point to the right, and that's the same as just simply multiplying those numbers out in the long manner in which I did on the first 2 videos. If we're going to divide, then we would move our decimal point in this direction. Okay, so let's look at a couple of more here. I'm going to erase these. Okay, and let's look at converting 1,600 micrograms to grams. Okay, so I'm going to write my 1600, and we're going from micro right here to grams, which is the unit. The difference of that is 6 zeros, because a micro is 1/1,000,000th of the unit. So we understand when we have a whole number such as 1600, we understand that our decimal point is right there. So we're going to move our decimal point 6 places 6 places to the left. Okay, so if we were doing the problem the long way, we would be dividing, because we're going from micrograms to units. So we're going to move this 6 places to the left, and so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our decimal point would go right there. We add a 0 here and a 0 here, and then this decimal point would be erased, and so 1600 micrograms equals 0.0016 grams. Okay, and when we have these zeros on the end over here, we can leave those off the final answer. So then that's our final answer. Okay, let's look at a couple more. In this next problem, we're going to look at converting from grams to milligrams. Okay. So we're going to we're going to look at converting liters to milliliters. So we're going to convert 2.67 liters to milliliters. So if we want to write our 2.67, going from liters to milliliters, we're going to multiply. Milliliters is a thousandth of a liter. So we're going to move our decimal point 3 places, because there's 3 zeros in 1,000. We're going to move our decimal point 3 places to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3. Decimal point there, add a 0 there, and we come out with 2,670 milliliters. So 2.67 liters is equal to 2,670 milliliters. Okay, should be starting to get the hang of that a little bit. Let's erase that and do another one. And in this next one, we are going to be converting from grams to milligrams. So if I want to convert 3 grams to milligrams, there's my 3. We understand that our decimal point is right there. So going from grams to milligrams is just like the last problem. We're going to go 3 places, move the decimal point 3 places to the right, because we are multiplying. We're going to a smaller prefix. So 1, 2, 3. Our decimal point goes there. We had zeros there. And so our 3 grams is equal to 3,000 milligrams. I hope this helped, and we will see you in the next video.